Buenas tardes, muchas gracias a todos por acompañarnos el día de hoy. Quiero agradecer la presencia de nuestro expositor, Saurabh, Vashisht, gerente de reclutamiento internacional y soporte estudiantil de Norquest College, quien nos hablará sobre Estudia y Trabaja y Reside en Edmonton, Alberta, con Norquest College. Asimismo, quiero agradecer a nuestros socios premium de educación, la Universidad de Lima, University Canada West y Humber College. Quisiera recordarles que pueden realizar preguntas por el botón de preguntas y respuestas que se encuentra en la parte baja de su pantalla y estas mismas serán leídas al final de la exposición. También mencionarles que al final de la presentación les enviaremos el link de la grabación de esta misma. Ahora sí, antes de empezar, quisiera contarles un poquito sobre nuestro expositor. Él cuenta con 11 años de trayectoria en el ámbito de educación internacional. Actualmente supervisa y dirige el equipo de reclutamiento de estudiantes internacionales, alianzas estratégicas y soporte estudiantil. Posee un historial excepcional de logros en la aplicación de estrategias innovadoras de captación y de estudios de mercado responsables para que Norquest College. Asimismo, le apasiona el campo del asesoramiento, ya que puede hacer realidad los sueños de estudiantes que quieren ir a Canadá y quieren tener una educación de primera clase. Muchas gracias por estar aquí el día de hoy y te dejamos, Saurabh, para que comiences tu presentación. Saurabh, ready?
Hello, hi. Well, thank you for introducing me. If you want, I can definitely get started. So yeah, well, I'm sorry, my apologies. I can't speak in Spanish. I only know hola, muy bien. That's only Spanish, but yeah, this presentation is going to be in English. So as I was introduced, my name is Saurabh, and I'm the manager for international recruitment and student services here at Norquest College. So you can see probably in my back, the picture of our building, and we are located in downtown Edmonton. So I'm going to give a presentation today about our college. But before that, I'm going to share a quick video about our college, and that will give you a little bit idea about, where we are located and how our campus looks like. So just give me 1 second. And then I'm going to share my screen, and then we'll get started with this video quickly. Okay, so and then hopefully, okay, I think we are set now. So I'll quickly play this video. It's a quick 2-minute video.
For over 50 years, Norquest College has transformed lives for the better. Originally known as Alberta Vocational College Edmonton, Norquest opened its doors in 1965 to just 550 learners. As the college grew, Norquest stayed true to its founding identity, offering relevant and accessible education that inspires lifelong learning and the achievement of career goals. Through name changes, program expansions, new partnerships, a campus transformation, and tremendous growth in learners and employees, we've stayed true to who we are. A place where we make a real difference to our learners, employees, and the community. It all starts with our learners. They reflect who we are, why we're here, and where we're going. With learners from 114 countries, 75 languages spoken on campus, dedicated supports for people with disabilities, and an Indigenous learning space, our campus is a welcoming place, a place of true belonging. Whether they're new to Canada, completing upgrading, or pursuing post-secondary education, over 21,000 learners attend Norquest to complete or further their studies, so they can enter the workforce with the skills to succeed. Our college community reflects our city. We're diverse, we're energetic, and we're full of initiative. Norquest is Edmonton's community college, a place of inclusion and a place of impact. We don't just serve the community, we are the community. No matter where you are, you always have a place at Norquest College. From students to faculty, from staff to supporters, we see you here. Norquest College. See yourself here.
Okay, so that was a quick video. So I hope you like that. Okay, so let me share my presentation and then we'll get started on the presentation. Okay, so we'll get started here. Okay, so I think you can all see this. So yeah, as you probably saw the video, so you know we are located in Edmonton. So the title of the presentation today is going to be Study, Work, and Settle in Alberta's capital city, which is Edmonton. So Edmonton is the capital city of the province of Alberta. And I'll show you in subsequent slides where geographically we are located. But Edmonton is one of the most affordable city in Canada. So I'm just highlighting that because that's one of the key things that attracts a lot of people to Edmonton because it's one of the most affordable city in Canada. So we'll talk about in our slides why you should come and study in Edmonton, what are the benefits of studying in Edmonton. We'll talk about the programs we offer. We'll also talk about scholarships programs that we have. We'll also talk about immigration program because I'm myself a certified immigration consultant, so I can talk about it. So I'll give you a lot of information today. So that will help you to decide whether Norquest is a good choice for you or not. Okay. So this is the picture of a downtown Edmonton. And the reason I'm showing you the downtown picture because our campus is located in downtown. And so anytime when a campus is located in downtown in North America, it's very centrally located. So we are very centrally located in the city. So doesn't matter which part of the city you're living, you can take a train because we have a train system within Edmonton. We have bus system, so you can choose train, you can take bus while you're coming to the downtown. So we are very centrally located, and also downtown is the business district. So all the corporate companies, all the businesses are mostly in downtown. So we are pretty much in the main economic hub of the city. Now, Edmonton is a big city. We are not a small city. In Canada, there are only 6 big cities, which have more than 1 million population. And Edmonton is one of them. Edmonton has roughly 1.5 million population. It's the 5th largest city in Canada. So it's a very spread out city. It's spread out in around 60 to 70 kilometers area. We have an international airport in Edmonton. We have direct flights to all the cities in US, Canada, some flights to Europe. We even have direct flights to Mexico. But if you're going to Peru, you have to fly through Toronto. So there's a direct flight from Edmonton to Toronto. And then from Toronto, you go to Peru. So that's usually the way people fly when they're going to Peru. Okay. So that's a little bit idea of how big of a city is, how well we are connected with the world. Now, a little bit about why Edmonton. So Edmonton, as I mentioned before, is one of the affordable city. So that's the tagline of the city, affordable living and high quality of life. So we are very affordable and the quality of life is very, very good here. And these are 5 reasons why you should study in Edmonton. I've mentioned it here. So on the top, I've mentioned cost of living. So one of the things that makes Edmonton very attractive is accommodation cost. So any student who's coming to study in Canada, the first cost they're going to incur is the accommodation. You need a place to live, whether it's an apartment or whatever. So that's one thing that everybody is going to pay for it. So the accommodation cost in Edmonton is very less. So if I compare it with Toronto or Vancouver, it's around 50%, even less than 50%. So just to give you an example in numbers, so if a student is looking to live here in Edmonton downtown, 1-bedroom apartment, usually cost anywhere from 850 Canadian dollars to 1,100 Canadian dollars. It all depends what kind of accommodation you're looking for. If you're looking for a really nice, fully furnished apartment, maybe 1,000 to 1,100. If you say I want an apartment and I'll get my own furniture later on my bed, then maybe 850 to 900. So it's a very reasonable. If you compare it with Toronto, Vancouver, you're not going to get anything less than $2,500 to $3,000. So pretty much like it's 3 times what you're going to pay in Edmonton, you have to pay in the 2 other major cities. So that's a significant saving. So if you're coming to Edmonton, you're paying less for your accommodation cost. And that's one of the reasons a lot of people, I'm not sure whether you're reading a lot of news for Canada, but a lot of people in Canada are moving to Alberta because of the low cost of living and the affordability. Now, on top of affordable accommodation, the other thing that makes Alberta very attractive is low taxes. So Alberta has the lowest amount of taxes in Canada. So when I'm saying taxes, I mean sales tax. So anything you're buying a phone, you're buying a car, you're buying a laptop, anything you're buying here, everybody has to pay a sales tax. So sales tax here in Alberta is only 5%. Whereas if you compare with Ontario and BC, it's around 13-12%. So pretty much like more than double. And if you're going to Atlantic Canada, which is pretty much the East Coast, there's even 16 to 17% sales tax there. So because of low sales tax, everything is more affordable. You're buying a car, you're buying a grocery, you're buying laptop, pen, everything is going to cost you less in Alberta as compared to other parts of Canada because of low sales tax. So these are the 2 big cost savings for you. You're paying less for your accommodation and you're paying less sales tax. So everything is more affordable for you. So that's the reason why Alberta and Edmonton is one of the most affordable big city. There was a survey that was done by an online portal. So there's an online portal called rental.ca where they compare the rental cost of all the different apartments in Canada. And they were doing that survey in around 35 cities in Canada. Among those 35 cities, Edmonton was ranked on number 33. So it was pretty much one of the most affordable cities, big cities in Canada. Now, apart from low accommodation cost, low sales tax, even income tax is low in Alberta. So because of that, even with the same salary, you're making more money because you're paying less income tax. So you're taking more money in your pocket. So you're making more money. So that's another benefit here. Now, apart from the affordability advantage of low cost of living, low taxes, the immigration is another big advantage. So if you're saying, I want to go to Canada, I want to study there, I want to work there, and I want to settle in Canada, then you have to look at different provinces because in Canada, in every province, we have our own provincial nominee program. So it's called PNP. It changes from province to province. So right now in Alberta, it's very easy to get immigration. We have our own immigration program called Alberta Advantage Immigration Program, AAIP. So it's easier to get immigration in Alberta as compared to the 2 other provinces I'm comparing here. So that's another big advantage, that you have a higher chance to stay back in Alberta if that's what you're looking for. Now, employment is another big factor because a lot of people, when they're coming to study here, they want to work part-time. They also want to work full-time after they graduate. So Alberta is a very growing economy. It has the highest GDP growth rate in 2022. So in simple language, high GDP growth rate means there were a lot of new jobs being added in the Alberta's economy. So there are a lot of jobs when you come here in Edmonton, part-time jobs while you're a student, also full-time jobs once you graduate. And it's a very diverse economy. We have jobs in healthcare, educational, oil and gas, because Alberta is the oil and gas province, because Alberta produces 90% of Canada's oil, 60% of natural gas. We have uranium, potassium, a lot of minerals. Also, we have a lot of jobs in health, as I mentioned, educational services, social work, agriculture, retail, wholesale trade. We have a lot of jobs in tourism because we have Rocky Mountains here in Alberta. We also have a lot of jobs in IT sector, if that's what you're looking for. So it's a very diverse economy and there are a lot of jobs in Alberta. So that's another plus point for you that after graduating, you can find jobs in Alberta. And last point here is income. So the minimum wage here in Alberta is $15 an hour, which is very competitive as compared to other provinces. And because there are less income tax, and plus the wages are higher overall in most occupations here in Alberta. So people in Alberta make more money. So the highest weekly earning is highest in Alberta, which is $12.51. The family incomes are also highest in Alberta. They make over 100,000 Canadian dollars annually as a family husband, wife, or any couple, I mean to say. So they make more money. So again, just to summarize this, like, why should you come to study in Alberta? Like, Alberta is a place where you can earn more money because the minimum wage is higher. The salaries are higher overall in most occupation, and you pay low income tax, so you make more money. And again, you'll spend less money because the cost of living is less, the taxes are less. So best of both, where you're earning more money, you're spending less money. And plus there are a lot of jobs because the economy is very strong. And then also lastly, the immigration option. So you have the option to stay back because it's an easy immigration program. So these are all the good reasons, or the value proposition that the Alberta offers to the learners who are coming to study here. Now, this is, again, our picture you can see on my background as well. But this is our campus. We have 5 buildings here, but these are the 2 big buildings, and then they are in the front, and there's one in the back. So we are located pretty much in the heart of downtown. You can see high rises around us. So we have high rises on this side, and then we have the high rises on the other side. So we are pretty much in the main downtown core area. So again, the connectivity, as I mentioned before, is very well. We have trains going here. We have bus here. So you have a lot of connectivity. And you're in the main entertainment district. We have a lot of bars, pubs, a lot of businesses. So, a lot of those thriving economy is here in the downtown. So a little bit about Norquest College. So we are a public funded community college. So we are a government college. And we are the only public funded community college in Edmonton. So that's why we call Edmonton's Community College. We were established in 1965. So we have now close to a history of around 58 years. So that's a long history. We are one of the largest public funded community college in Alberta. We serve around 16,000 students. Out of the 16,000 students, we have roughly around 3,500 international students. We are very diverse. We have students from more than 100 countries who are studying with us. We have more than 70 languages spoken on campus. And also, Edmonton is a very diverse place. So like 40% of the population of Edmonton are immigrants, like people like me who were not born in Canada, but now are Canadian citizen. So we have a huge Filipino immigrant population, a lot of Indians, a lot of Latinos. There are a lot of Colombians. I think I would say the largest community from Latin America in Edmonton are Colombians. And then we have other community. I think we have people from Peru, and then from Brazil, and then from Argentina and other places. So yeah, we have a very robust Mexicans, also a lot of robust Latin community here. We even have a Latin festival that happens annually in the city. So yeah, there's a lot of people from that community in the city, and that's represented in our student body. And again, that's one good thing of studying in Norquest, is that you will be, getting exposed to different cultures, because you're studying with people from more than 100 countries. And that's the main point for leaving your own country, because if you're studying in Peru, you're only interacting with students from Peru. If you're coming to Canada, the main difference is you are going to interact with people from more than 100 countries. So that gives you a more global perspective. And it also builds your multicultural skills. And it's very important because Canada is very multicultural. So you can see I am, maybe not a white Canadian, but I'm very much Canadian like any other Canadian. And we are very multicultural, and we all are Canadian citizen and live here and contribute. So that's a very important that you come here and then you get that perspective. Now, what is unique about Norquest College? So again, we are a community college. So we are a little bit different. A lot of times students get confused. Is it a university? No, universities, there are 3 kinds of institutions in Canada. One is university, and mostly public universities are the ones which are research university. And those universities offer bachelor's, master's, PhD. Then there are polytechnics, which offer mostly technology program apprenticeship. And then comes community colleges like us. So our colleges offer short-term programs like 1-year program, 2-year programs only. But the good thing about our program is they are workforce relevant program, which means we match our program with local labor market. So we pretty much offer in-demand programs only. So we are offering only in-demand programs where there is jobs. So when a student is coming to a college, they're saying, oh, well, I'm going to a program which is in demand because the college is offering it. And we only offer those programs which are in demand. Now, just offering an in-demand program does not help. There need to be a practical training because employer don't want students who have just bookish knowledge. So we have practicum. We call them work integrated learning in each and every program. So in our health program, we have clinical placement. You're going to hospital while you're studying. If you're doing a business program, you can apply for co-op, could be a paid co-op. You can go and work in a company. And then if you're humanity programs, we have field placement. You're working in a field. Again, a lot of these practicums could be unpaid. Some are paid, but most of them are unpaid. But at least you're getting an experience in your field of study by working in a company. And plus you're building network. So sometimes people build that network and that company say, well, this practicum students came to work with us on a practicum. We really like them. And they said, okay, well, come and work for us again. So you build network in that way. And also we have program advisory committees in which the companies tell us what to teach. So we have program advisory committee of each program who tell us like what you should teach your students. So our curriculum is up to date. So we always ask companies that what we should teach that you will hire our students. So our curriculum is up to date. It's not an outdated curriculum. So these are all, makes very attractive for employment. And that's why our students' employment is very high because as a college, we do not have any ranking. So our ranking is how many of our students are getting jobs. So right now, in this year, it's around 95%. So 95% of our students are getting job within 6 to 9 months of graduation. And the reason being because we offer in-demand programs, they are practicum, you're getting some experience, some skills, and also the curriculum is up to date. And we have all support systems, like we have career center, we have career coaches who can help you, to teach you how to look for job searching techniques, interview skills, all those kind of things. And we have mentorship also in which senior students can also help you when you come to the classes. And there are many other support services. Again, due to limited time, I cannot go into all detail, but yeah, there are a lot of support services available at the college. Now we have different programs. We have programs in health science. We have programs in business, environmental science, technology, community studies, foundation programs. So we have programs for all kind of students. So this is just a very quick overview of what kind of programs we offer. So if you look at here in business, we have business administration diploma, which is a 2-year diploma. Then we have 1-year programs like administrative professional, accounting technician. And then we have for students who have a degree or diploma in any field, they can come and study business analysis, supply chain, food and beverage, and all these programs like business analysis, they all have 3 months of practicum. So you're getting 3 months of practical training in the field of study. In business, we also have 2 months of internship as well. Again, they're paid internships, so they're not guaranteed, but students can apply, they can get it. And then we have environmental and technology. We have these 2-year diploma programs in environmental technician, which is high demand here in Alberta. Then energy management, because energy is a big sector here. And then we have this program in artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science. And all these programs have practicum as well. And then we have in community studies program like early learning, childcare, if you want to work in a daycare. Then we have educational assistant if you want to work in our school system as a teacher assistant. Then we have child and youth care counseling if you want to do counseling to children in a school or who are orphans. And then we have community support worker and social work, which is more into social work, helping people, who are homeless, who are vulnerable, and need some assistance. So that is another one. So if you like that profession, I want to help people, I like to listen, I'm a very empathetic person, so you can go into that profession. We have settlement studies, which is another program. If you want to work with the refugees who are coming to Canada, how they're getting settled here, how to assist them. So that's that. Then we have disability studies, which is more working with people with special needs, which is, mostly like working with people who have autism children, Alzheimer patient, dementia care. If you want to work in criminal justice, law enforcement, then you can go into criminal justice. We have then addiction recovery, mental health recovery. So these are the people who are helping in rehabilitation of the people. And then we have health programs like healthcare aid, healthcare leadership in the management of leadership. Then if you want to become occupational therapist, physiotherapist, a speech therapist, then interdisciplinary therapy, then we have recreation therapy. We have a program in pharmacy technician if you want to go into pharmacy, and then nursing also, because there's a huge shortage of nurses here in Canada. So we have two programs in nursing. One is a diploma after high school. The other one is for students who have done already a degree or diploma in health science. They can go for that program. And then we have ESL program. We have Norquest bridging program. So if you think, you know what, I probably need some help in my English. My English is there, but not pretty much. I'm confident I can study in English that much. So I need some English training. Yeah, we do have ESL program in-house. We have one of the largest ESL program in Alberta. We have a Norquest bridging program that's mainly for students who say, well, I want to enter into the ESL, but I want a combined offer letter, that after completing my ESL, I'll get admission into this program. So in that way, we can give you that conditional offer letter through the Norquest Bridging program. These are some of the popular programs we have for international. A lot of international students apply for business, early learning, childcare, healthcare aid, practical nursing diploma for internationally educated nurses. And you'll see all these programs have 3 intakes: fall, winter, spring. So fall means September, winter means January, spring means May. So we have all these intakes. Then practical nursing have 2 intakes, mental health, addiction recovery also have 2 intakes, and then professional certificates of supply chain business have fall intake. And then STEM program, which I mentioned before, they're mostly offered in fall, with the exception of machine learning, which is offered in fall and winter. And then we also have arts and science diploma program, which is new program. This is mainly for students who say, I want to study 2 years with you, and then I want to do a bachelor's in arts and science among the top 5 universities in Canada. So we are partnered with the University of Alberta, and then they can go into the 3rd year into the Bachelor of Arts and Science. The University of Alberta is among the top 5 universities in Canada. So that is another pathway that we have. And then we have ESL and bridging programs. Again, I'm going to skip through this quickly, but again, if we have right now, this is one of the program I want to highlight because we have a lot of seats available right now for winter and spring intake. So if any student who's out there who has done a diploma or a degree in health science, could be a doctor, could be a nurse, could be a pharmacist, could be a microbiologist, could be a nutrition graduate, could be, someone who's done a degree in is a dietitian, and you say, I want to become a nurse. Because the reason we are highlighting nurse, because there's a huge shortage of nurses, and there are lots and lots of jobs here in Alberta right now. So this program has a very, very high employment rate. And you can see here that the tuition fee is around $42,000, and the salary you make after graduating this program is around $48,000 per year. So it is a very high demand program right now, but this is what the requirements are. You can see the IELTS. But again, if you cannot get these high IELTS, if you get 6 in all or Duolingo 110, you just need to do 1 semester of English, and then you can get into this program. And again, we have seats in winter, we have seats in spring. We have this another program, healthcare aid, very high demand program, huge shortage. And we have one of the largest healthcare aid programs. Same thing, we have one of the largest nursing program in the whole of Canada. And again, in healthcare aid, we have seats available in spring intake right now, May. It's a 1-year program. 18,000 is a tuition fee. And whatever you're spending, you're going to make double that money. 31,000 is an average salary pretty much for 1 year. Very high demand program. Once you complete this program, you have to write an exam with the government of Alberta, and then you're licensed to work as a healthcare aid worker. So very high demand occupation as well. And then we have this practical nursing diploma after high school. So if you're a high school student, you just completed your grade 12, and then you want to do this, yeah, you can. You must have studied language, could be Spanish language, maths, biology, and then you need this TOEFL or IELTS, and then you can get into this program as well. So this is another high demand program that we have. Now, this is mainly our IELTS requirement. So you can see for our business programs, which are mentioned here, our requirement is 6 with no band less than 5.5. We also accept Duolingo. So if you write Duolingo 105, you can get into that program as well with just Duolingo. So we accept Duolingo for admission. But if you cannot get Duolingo 105, but you get 75 or even lower IELTS, then you can go through bridging program. But in here, you have to do some ESL classes first, and then you will be going into the main program. Same thing here. Most of our programs here, you'll see the requirement is 6.5 with no band less than 6, Duolingo 115. But if you cannot get that, you get a lower score, then you go through the bridging. For nursing and healthcare leadership, yeah, we need a little bit high IELTS and TOEFL, and then we do not accept Duolingo here. And same thing here, we need, if you have a lower IELTS or lower TOEFL, then you can get through this into the bridging program. So these are our requirements. And again, I mentioned already the bridging program, so I'll not repeat it, that this is a pathway for you. If you do not meet an admission, you can do ESL courses or other courses through that. Again, our admission is first come, first serve. So it's better to apply early when you're applying for our program. But if you do not meet our academic requirement, like for example, if you apply for nursing and you say, I have not studied biology, so what can I do? So in that case, you can write a free online biology exam, and we give you 2 chances. It's called academic assessment exam. You can write that free online exam sitting in Peru. So that is an option for you. And same thing for any other course, like if you apply for business, you have not studied maths, and you have to write an exam. So that is a possibility. You can meet the admission requirement by writing an online free exam. Okay, and we give you 2 chances. And then I'll skip this because this is a list of countries from which we do not require IELTS. But of course, Peru is not there because I know the Spanish is the medium of instruction. So that's why we do not have that country listed here. And the other thing I'll say here is the application, but I'll not go too much into detail in application. But you can reach out to us. At the end, I'll share my email, and you can reach out to us if you have any questions. So the application process is all done online. You'll apply through Apply Alberta. There's documents that you can send us. And again, if you say, well, this is too much, tedious work to get admission, to get a visa, I need someone who can help. Yes, we do have some agent partners, so who can help you in Peru. So we have some agent partners who you can visit and who can guide you about how to apply to Norquest, how to apply for visa. So you can connect with me, and then I can share with you the information about them. If you need someone in Peru who can tell you more about Norquest College, how to apply. But this is just a general application process. Our application fee is $155. And once the application is submitted through Apply Alberta, which is an online portal, then the documents has to be sent to us via email. We do need a translated copy of your transcript because your transcript could be in Spanish. And then once you get an offer letter, you have to pay $1,000 tuition deposit to confirm your seat. And we need your official documents as well. And then, of course, once the whole process is complete, you have to apply for your study visa. These are our application deadlines. So we close our application 11 weeks before the start of the program. So that's all mentioned here. We do have scholarships. We have entrance scholarships. And again, it's highly competitive. You must have 70% marks in your previous education. You have to write a personalized letter. And we open this scholarship 1 month before the start of the program. You apply. If you get accepted, you will get $1,000 scholarships. Then while you are a student with us, every fall intake, every winter intake, you can apply even more scholarships. We have academic excellence scholarship. We have others awards here as well. So we give away around $170,000 in scholarships for international students. And then we have other scholarship, which is open for all students. We give away around $300,000 to $400,000 in scholarships. So there are a lot of scholarship options, but it's mainly for students who are doing academically well. Okay. So this is my last slide, and this is more talking about immigration. So I think one of the main attraction of coming to Canada for a lot of people sometime is immigration options. So Canada, I think, has one of the most open immigration policies in the whole world. And you can see the target up there, like Canada has a lot of ambitious targets. It wants to bring around 500,000 people by 2025. And in Alberta, it's easy to get immigration. So we have Alberta Advantage Immigration Program, in which we have 3 streams. So Alberta Opportunity Stream is one, in which if you do any 2-year diploma at Norquest College, you do 1-year post-diploma. You just need 6 months experience in the field of study. And then you can apply for immigration. Also, there's an express entry, which is a point-based immigration system. Like there are 1,200 points, and people usually need 450 to 500 points to get immigration. But in Alberta, you can get immigration with lower points, with only 300 points. And you just need to have 1-year experience in Alberta. Your occupation should be high demand. But again, we offer mostly high demand programs. So most of our programs lead to high demand occupations. So there are, again, high chance of getting immigration through Alberta Express Entry. And then the last stream is rural renewal stream. So sometimes that happens, students are not able to find any job. They're only left out with cashier and those kind of jobs. So in that case, they can go to smaller cities. There are some cities outside of Edmonton. If you go and find and work there for 1 year in those smaller cities for 1 year, any kind of job, you can also apply immigration through that. So there are a lot of options, for students to get immigration. So if that's what your aim is, I want to go to a province where it's easy to settle down, then yeah, it's hard to beat Alberta. Okay. And then, you can follow us on Instagram. We are very active on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is Norquest International. So you can go there. And we have a lot of testimonials from students. We have a lot of students from Latin America who are having testimony. We have a lot of videos we upload in there. So yeah, go and follow us and see what is going on at Norquest. So in that way, you'll hear from the student firsthand. This is our contact information. You can reach out to us at international.recruitment@norquest.ca. You can call us at 780-644-6128. And if you need someone who you want can speak in Spanish, yeah, we have one person in our staff. That person is from Argentina, so they can definitely speak in Spanish if that's what you're more comfortable in. Okay, I would say take a picture of this so that you have your contact information intact. So yeah, I'll leave it here, and then we will jump to the questions if there are any, and I'll hand it back to our host if they have any questions that they want to moderate.
Thank you very much, Saurabh. This is really, really interesting. We have a few questions here. Let's go with the first one. How many intakes in the year do you have?
Yeah, we have 3 intakes. So we have fall, which is September, then January, which is the winter intake, and then we have spring intake, which is May. So those are the 3 intakes we have. Great.
And how's the weather in Alberta?
Yeah, so in the weather, yes, I think Canada is a little bit cold country. So it does vary. I would say in winter time, it's usually on average between -8 to -15, which is not so bad from a Canadian standard. But it does get sometime cold, like 1-2 weeks, maybe sometime in December, January, closer to Christmas time. It does go to -20, -25 as well. But that's for a short period of 2 weeks.
Great. And what is the main sectors and industries in Edmonton?
Yeah, so Edmonton, it's a very diverse economy. I think one of the big misconceptions of Alberta is it's only oil and gas, but that's not true. So the oil and gas is not the industry. Oil and gas is the 7th largest sector. There is the #1 sector in Alberta in jobs is retail and wholesale trade. #2 is health and social assistance. #3 is tourism. #4 is agriculture. #5 is IT, emerging technologies. #6 is educational services. #7 is oil and gas. So a lot of people, I think, have a misconception. But yeah, of course, Canada is, Alberta does produce 90% of Canada's oil. And that's a good thing that brings a lot of money. So oil and gas makes Alberta rich. And that's kind of a thing that you see everywhere in the world. Whichever area in the world have oil and gas, it's a rich area because you make a lot of money through that. And we don't only have oil and gas, we also have uranium. We also have potassium. Oh. So, and we have many other minerals as well. So I think that is one of the misconceptions. And oil and gas is, as I mentioned, 7th sector, but I would say more than 70% of the people in Alberta work in retail, wholesale trade, IT, health, social science, agriculture, educational services. There's only 10% of the people who work in oil and gas.
Great. And how does your college differentiate from other colleges in Canada in terms of opportunities?
Yeah, so I think one of the big thing in our college, which I think is our big advantage, we offer those programs which are in demand. And we pretty much discontinue a program if there is not much demand out there. So we very religiously follow the labor market. So when you're coming to do our programs, the programs we are offering, there are jobs out there. So that's one of the things. And also all our programs have practical. So it's not just about bookish knowledge. It is all about applications. You're not just getting that bookish knowledge, you're getting that practical training and experience. And that is a big differentiator because I think every other college is offering academic knowledge, but the practical training is a big thing. And also a lot of colleges do not only focus on in-demand programs. They have maybe 100 programs. It's good to have 100 programs, but it's not about quantity. It's about quality of programs.
Great. A technical graduate may apply, or do you require a university or a bachelor's degree?
Yeah, it depends. I would say it depends on the program. So if you're applying for a diploma program, 2-year diploma, then high school student can apply. If you're applying for a post-diploma programs, then diploma or a degree graduate can apply. If you're applying for professional certificate, same thing. You could apply with a degree or diploma. So it all depends on the program. So we have different academic requirement for the programs.
Oh, great. What is like the limit age for becoming a Canadian resident in Alberta?
Yeah, so again, that's another good thing about Alberta. So anytime, I think when you are coming to some other provinces, which are getting too overwhelmed right now, in that situation, when you're over the age of 32, your chances of immigration gets less. So if you're every year when you go over 30, your chances of immigration is getting lower, but not in Alberta. So in Alberta, we have 3 streams, as I mentioned. Alberta Opportunity Stream, your age doesn't matter. You could be 60 years old, you can still get immigration. Alberta Express Entry, only 300 points you can get immigration. So your age does not matter that much. And in Rural Renewal Stream, your age also doesn't matter. So that's a big advantage. If you're over the age of 30, I would highly recommend you choose a province very carefully, because in certain provinces, your age could disadvantage you in your chance of getting immigration.
Great. Do you have tourism studies?
Yeah, we have one program called Food and Beverage Management. So that could be one. And then all students can do a business administration diploma in management. So yes, so that could be the way that students from tourism background can go in.
Great. Does the college accept ILAC pathway certificate?
Not right now, maybe in the future. We're looking into it. Right now, we are not accepting ILAC, yes.
Thank you. I'm sorry, there's a lot of questions here.
That's a good thing, yes.
Yes. Can you please explain what is the application and the admission process?
Yeah, so the application process is that you have to apply through Apply Alberta. So that's the way all the applications are submitted through us. Again, you send your documents via email to us. Our application fee is $155. And that's the usual path that all of the students take. But again, I will encourage you that you reach out to us. As I shared with you, our email international.recruitment@norquest.ca. You can make a one-on-one online appointment with one of our recruiters, or you can request that I want to talk with someone in Spanish. Yeah, we could maybe accommodate that, because not everyone speaks Spanish here, but we have one person who can. So yeah, those are the best way is to connect with us. So make one-on-one appointment and send an email to us, and then we will guide you about the application process. Otherwise, it could be sometimes a little bit overwhelming.
Yes, they're also asking a lot about like the price per year or the requirements per
Cost.
year.
Yeah.
Yes, in the grade programs of business administration, for example.
Yeah, so our cost is, again, it's rough. Again, the cost I'm telling you is including tuition fee, health insurance, dental insurance, bus pass, non-instructional fee, everything included. The only thing which is not included in this estimate is the food and your accommodation. And that is anyways going to cost you less in Edmonton, as I mentioned before. So that's roughly between 18,000 to 20,000 per year, depending on the program. Again, you don't pay 1 year fee in advance, you pay term by term. So if your tuition fee for 1 year is 18,000, you may be paying 8,000 to 9,000 per term. And then you pay the remaining amount when you start the next term. So term means semester in a way, but term, we call it a term. It's a 4 months. It takes 4 months to complete one term.
And what is the most popular academic programs among international students at your institution?
Yeah, I would say business is one. Business administration is one of the most. Then we have early learning childcare. We also have nursing program. Then we also have machine learning, artificial intelligence, because everybody's talking about ChatGPT. Everybody wants to learn about data science, data analytics, AI. Then we also have supply chain, business analysis, food and beverage. Then people who want to go into environmental science, we have environmental technician program, energy management. So I would say there are a variety of programs that we have. But it all depends on students' interest. But as I mentioned, we match our program with local economy. So these programs are in high demand. So there is you can find job after graduating.
Great. Do you think that it's possible for you to share again the screen with the information for the people that wants to contact you?
Yes, I'll share my screen and I hope you can see that. So I'll say maybe take a screenshot of this, maybe take a picture through your phone. So this is our contact information. And the best way to reach out to us is via email, international.recruitment@norquest.ca. You can call us also at 780-644-6128. And again, we are open from 8:15 to 4:30 our time. So right now it's 4:53. So maybe I think we are 1 hour behind Peru time. So maybe when it's 8:15 here, it's 9:15 in Peru. When it's 4:30 here, it's 5:30 in Peru. So we are open within that business hours.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much for all the information. Now we have your contact information too. Before we leave, I have a few announcements. So I don't know if you can hold on and then come in with the final words with you. Antes de terminar, quisiera darles unos breves anuncios. Continuando con nuestros webinars, el miércoles 6 de septiembre a las 5 de la tarde tendremos la conferencia con el Humber College con el tema Inicia tu proyecto académico en el college de mayor rate de empleabilidad en Toronto, donde se comentará sobre las más de 220 programas que ofrece el Humber College para estudiantes internacionales desde certificados, diplomas, carreras profesionales hasta posgrados. Asimismo, el 19 de septiembre a las 5 de la tarde tendremos la conferencia con el gobierno de Quebec con el tema Elige Quebec como tu destino de desarrollo profesional, quienes presentarán las distintas formas en las que pueden ir a estudiar, trabajar o vivir en Quebec, Canadá. Es un webinar dirigido principalmente para personas que se desempeñan en el sector minero, manufactura o ingenierías. Todas estas inscripciones pueden hacerlas a través de nuestra página web, canadaperú.org. Y por otro lado, comentarles que ya iniciaron las inscripciones a nuestro programa de International Business Weeks in Canada, Misión Académica 2024, que va del 25 de febrero al 9 de marzo. Vive la experiencia internacional de 2 semanas académicas en una de las mejores universidades de Canadá, Thomson Rivers University, una universidad pública ubicada en la provincia de British Columbia. Ahí van a recibir clases magistrales, van a participar de visitas a las empresas líderes de la región y tendrán la oportunidad de visitar las ciudades de Kamloops y Kelowna. Toda esta información también la pueden ver en la página web y el cierre de inscripciones es el 20 de septiembre. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos hoy día en este webinar. Thank you very much, Saurabh, for this presentation. I don't know if you have something less to share with us.
Yeah, I think one thing I'll just, I think two things I'll mention. I think the first thing is reach out to us. And I think the second thing I'll mention is that I know there are a lot of myths about any destination. I think a lot of people say about Vancouver, there are only tourism jobs there. Same thing, sometimes people say in Alberta, there's only oil and gas, but that's not true. Alberta is one of the most diverse economies in Canada. And again, a lot of time people think, oh, it's only oil and gas. No, that is a wrong myth. And pretty much in Edmonton, we have majority of our job, as I mentioned, in health, in tourism, in IT, in those. So yeah, explore all those. And you'll see in our programs also that we don't have many oil and gas programs. We have programs in other sectors. So yeah, reach out to us and make one appointment with us and then contact us at international.recruitment@norquest.ca. So thank you again very much for this opportunity. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Muchas gracias a todos por acompañarnos y nos vemos en el próximo webinar. Muchas gracias.
Bye.
Bye bye.